You have probably been told to move on, to let it go, to stop letting it affect you, to focus on yourself, to remember your worth, to be grateful for what you still have. And you have probably tried, and it has probably not worked. Not because you are weak, not because you are stuck, not because there is something wrong with you that makes you unable to heal the way people seem to think you should, but because what happened to you was not ordinary pain, and it cannot be healed with ordinary advice. Betrayal is not the same as loss. It is not the same as grief. It is not the same as failure or disappointment or heartbreak. It is its own category of pain, with its own psychological signature, its own specific damage, its own healing requirements, and almost nobody, not the friends who told you to move on, not the family members who said you're better off, not even the therapists who gave you frameworks for processing grief. Almost nobody has explained to you what betrayal actually does, not at the surface, but underneath, where the real damage lives. That is what this video is for. Not to keep you in the pain, but to finally help you understand it, because you cannot heal what you do not understand. And you have been trying to heal something nobody gave you the language for, until now. Part 1. What makes betrayal different? When someone you love dies, the pain is enormous. The grief is real. The loss is permanent. But the world makes sense. Death is part of life. We know this. We have frameworks for it. Rituals, language, community. A cultural understanding that grief after loss is both expected and valid. When a relationship ends, even a deeply loving one, the pain is real. The adjustment is difficult. The loneliness can be overwhelming. But again, the world makes sense. People fall apart. Love changes. Relationships end. We have frameworks for this too. But betrayal breaks something that grief and heartbreak do not touch. It breaks your ability to trust your own reality. Think about what actually happened. Someone you trusted completely, someone you had given access to your inner world, was operating from a completely different reality than the one they were showing you. While you were building something real, they were building something false. While you were being honest, they were being something else entirely. While you were present, they were somewhere else, and you didn't know. That is not just emotional pain. That is a fundamental rupture in your relationship with reality itself. Because if you couldn't see that, what else have you missed? If you trusted them completely, and they were not who you thought, what does that mean about your ability to know anything at all? That question, that terrifying, destabilizing question, is what makes betrayal hurt in a category entirely its own. Part 2. What betrayal does to the unconscious mind. Carl Jung spent his life studying the part of the mind that operates beneath awareness. He called it the unconscious, and he discovered something about how the unconscious relates to the people we love. That explains everything about why betrayal hurts the way it does. When you form a deep bond with another person, your unconscious mind does something remarkable. It builds a story, not just a conscious story. I love this person. I trust this person. This person is safe. But a deep unconscious story. A story about who you are in relation to them. About what the world is like, because they are in it. About what love means. About what safety feels like. About what being known and chosen and valued actually is. This story lives deep, in the place where your most fundamental beliefs about yourself and the world are stored. The place that was first written in childhood, before you had words, before you had the ability to question what you were learning. When someone betrays you, they do not just hurt your feelings, they reach into that deep place, into the unconscious story you built around them, and they shatter it. Not gradually, not gently, all at once, in one moment, or in the slow, horrifying unfolding of a discovery. The story breaks. And when the story breaks, everything built on top of it breaks with it. Your sense of who you are, your understanding of what was real, your ability to trust your own perception, your belief in your own judgment, your feeling of safety in the world, all of it built on a foundation that just revealed itself to be hollow. That is why you feel like the ground disappeared. It did, not metaphorically, psychologically. The ground, the unconscious story that everything was standing on, is gone. And you are not overreacting. You are not being dramatic. You are not weak for feeling this so deeply. You are experiencing exactly what happens when something that was load-bearing in your inner world suddenly isn't there anymore. Part 3. The double loss nobody talks about. Here is something about betrayal that almost nobody explains. When someone betrays you, you don't experience one loss. You experience two. And it is the second loss, the hidden one, that most people never identify, and therefore never fully grieve. The first loss is obvious. You lose them. The relationship, the future you had imagined, the person you thought they were. This loss is real. The grief of it is valid, and it deserves to be felt. But the second loss is the one that reaches deeper, that lasts longer, that leaves the wound, that doesn't close the way it should. The second loss is the version of yourself that existed inside that relationship. Think about who you were when you were with them, the person who believed in what you were building, the person who felt chosen, the person who had a place, a specific, certain, solid place in someone else's life and heart. That version of you, the you that existed inside the story you were living, is also gone. You are not just grieving them. You are grieving a version of yourself that can never come back, because that version of you existed in a reality that turned out to be false. And false realities, when they collapse, take everything built inside them down with them. This is why people say, after betrayal, I don't know who I am anymore. They are not being dramatic. They are being accurate. A significant part of their identity, the part constructed in relation to this person and this relationship, has genuinely been lost, and it needs to be genuinely grieved, not rushed past, not minimized, not bypassed. With positive thinking and new beginnings, grieved, fully, honestly, without apology. Part 4. Why your body feels it too. The pain of betrayal does not live only in the mind. It lives in the body. And this is not metaphor. This is biology. When you experience betrayal, your nervous system responds as if you are in physical danger, because to the primitive parts of your brain, the parts that evolved over millions of years, social betrayal is physical danger. In the earliest human communities, being rejected by your group, being deceived by a trusted member, losing the social bond that kept you safe, was life-threatening. Your brain has not forgotten this. So when betrayal happens, your nervous system activates. The same emergency systems that would activate if you were being physically attacked. Cortisol floods your body. Your threat detection system goes into overdrive. Your sleep is disrupted. Your appetite disappears or intensifies. Your concentration fragments. Your body cannot settle, cannot rest, cannot feel safe, because your nervous system is telling you, loudly, constantly, physically, you are not safe. Something attacked you. You need to stay alert. This is why the physical symptoms of betrayal trauma are so overwhelming. The chest tightness, the inability to eat, the exhaustion that sleep doesn't fix, the physical ache that has no medical explanation, the way your body flinches at reminders, the way certain songs, certain smells, certain places trigger a physical response that bypasses thought entirely. Your body is not overreacting. Your body is doing exactly what it was designed to do. When something genuinely dangerous has happened, the work of healing is not just psychological, it is also physiological. It requires your nervous system, not just your mind, to learn that you are safe again. And that learning takes time, takes gentleness, takes the kind of patience with yourself that betrayal survivors are rarely given and almost never give themselves. Part 5, why moving on advice doesn't work. Now I want to talk about why the advice you've been given hasn't worked. Because it isn't your fault that it hasn't worked. The advice was wrong, not because the people giving it didn't care, but because they didn't understand what they were advising you to move on from. They treated your betrayal like a bad experience. That time would heal. But betrayal is not a bad experience. It is a foundational rupture. You cannot move on from a foundational rupture the way you move on from a bad experience. You cannot think your way out of it. You cannot positive mindset your way past it. You cannot busy yourself through it. You cannot find a new relationship and leave it behind. Because it comes with you. In your unconscious, in your nervous system, in the story your psyche is still trying to make sense of. The only way through betrayal, the only genuine path from where you are to somewhere whole, is through it, not around it, not over it, not past it, through it, which means feeling it, understanding it, letting it teach you what it came to teach, doing the deeper work, the shadow work, the wounded child work, the projection work that lets you emerge from this experience as someone more real than the person who went in. That is the journey this channel is built to support. Not a fast journey, and not a comfortable one, not one that looks like the healing journeys you see performed on social media. A real one, the kind that actually works, the kind that produces not just recovery, but transformation. Part 6, what your pain is telling you. I want to leave you with something important. The depth of your pain, the specific, devastating, and ground-disappearing depth of it, is not evidence that you are broken. It is evidence that you loved genuinely, that you were present, that you were real, that you brought your actual self into that relationship. Not a performance, not a strategy, not a carefully managed version of who you are, but you, the real you. And the real you got hurt deeply because you were genuinely there. The people who don't hurt this deeply after betrayal are often the people who were never fully present in the first place. Your pain is the proof of your authenticity, and your authenticity, the very thing that made you vulnerable to this level of pain, is also your greatest strength. It is what will make your healing real rather than performed. It is what will make your future relationships, when you are ready, genuine rather than guarded. It is what makes you the kind of person worth knowing, worth trusting, worth loving, not despite your depth, because of it. You are not too much. You are not naive. You are not foolish. For loving the way you loved, you were real in a situation with someone who wasn't. And that is not your failure. That is your humanity. Hold it gently. It is one of the most valuable things you have. Betrayal hurts deeper than other pain, because it reaches deeper than other pain. It reaches into the unconscious story you built around someone, into your sense of reality, into your identity, into your nervous system, into the parts of you that learned what love and safety feel like, long before you were old enough to protect yourself from what happens when they are taken away. You are not overreacting. You are not weak. You are not stuck. You are carrying something real, something heavy, something that deserves real understanding and real time and real work. Not a quick fix, not a motivational quote, not a list of things to do to feel better by Friday. The real thing, and that real thing, that honest, difficult, shadow-informed, wounded child-aware, genuinely transformative work is what we are building here, together, video by video, step by step, as slowly as it needs to go, and not one moment faster. You are not behind. You are not failing at healing. You are exactly where you are, and that is enough. To start, healing is not going back. It's going forward into someone more real. I'll see you in the next video.